Hi, guys, this is Julian here, and I want to talk to you about three of the most common sources of conflict in a relationship. All right, so let's just get right into this while I'm flowing. One thing to look out for is someone who just talks down to you all the time. You may sit and just imagine this. You two are sitting, and it's cold where I am right now, but you're sitting in a park, you're side by side on this nice white bench. Maybe a little seagull comes down and there's a little pond and it's beautiful. And you turn and you look into each other's eyes and you say, you know, I always wanted to own my own business. And immediately that other person turns to you and says, well, you ain't never been to business school. Why are you trying to do that? What do you know about business? No one in your family's ever owned a business. Maybe you should stick to teaching. Maybe you should stick to being at where you are right now. And just do that. You know, a nice little job would be good for you. Watch out for someone who doesn't that. Watch out for dream squashers. All right. That could be a major source of conflict later on because that's the surface. Maybe they laughed off. Oh, haha, I'm just playing. But you know, maybe if you went back to school, maybe that'll be a good idea for you. And then you could slowly go into it. Watch what that initial reaction is when you share something from the heart to that person. All right. Because later on down the road, it's only going to get worse. All right. So that's one. Another one I could think of is someone who they just constantly have just a hold on you. All right. They want you always in the palm of their hand. I got a quarter here. This is what's next to me. I got a quarter here. And they always just want you like this. Just right there in the palm of their hand. Always. And they want to just hold you like this all the time. Maybe they put you in their pocket. Watch out for possessiveness. Watch out for jealousy. All right. How do you spot jealousy? How do you spot possessiveness? Someone constantly texting you, hey, I saw that you changed locations on Facebook. I saw that you tagged yourself here. What you doing with them? What you doing with this person? Your Instagram says you're at the gym. I thought you only go to the gym Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's not one of those days. Why are you really at the gym? What are you doing? Watch out for someone who constantly wants to clock you like that. There's one thing to ask what you're doing. It's a whole other thing when they're clocking you and they want to control what you're doing. Okay? Oh, well, being now that you're with me, I was hoping that you would stop doing that thing. I was hoping that you would stop going here. I was hoping that you wouldn't put those kind of posts out anymore. Listen, the way you met me is the way I am. All right. And no one is going to change unless they want to change. So we got to accept people for who they are when we first meet them, when we first interact with them. And we have to deal with, in those first few dates, we have to understand and deal with and try to conceptualize and try to think about, does this person have traits right now that I would like to be with? Do they have appealing traits to me? All right. So watch out for possessiveness. Watch out for someone who's constantly clocking you. Watch out for someone who's trying to change who you are all of a sudden. Watch out for someone who's just trying to just have their claws in you all the time. And someone who is jealous. You get a promotion, they're like, oh, well, I'm about to go and do this. All right. They're not celebrating you. They're not bringing you your cake or bringing you your flowers when something great happens for you. They immediately go to them and, oh, well, I'm working on this to get my promotion too. Or you bring up, oh, this happened to me at work. Oh, that happens to me all the time. It ain't a big deal. Or they try to shift the conversation away from what you're talking about in a big group of people to get it focused back on them. That's a form of jealousy. All right. And a third source of conflict that I could really think of that really can be detrimental to relationships is just someone who just flat out rejects you. All right. Now, each of these things we talk about are kind of forms of rejection, but I'm talking about someone who just, my final piece is someone who just flat out just does not care about any of your feelings. They did something that may have rubbed you the wrong way, or you talked about your dreams, your aspirations, and they shot it down. And you said, hey, I really didn't like when you said that to me. And they said, oh, well, I was just in a mood. Oh, well, I was on my cycle. Or, you know how I am. Someone who just flat out does not care about what you're going through, or you're going through a tough period, and you may even ask directly for them to come out and be there to support you. And all of a sudden, in your toughest moments, they can't be there for you, but you are always supporting them. You got to watch out for these things. Think about it.